Antonio,
I,
hello. I just wondered if you can tell us if the game is going ahead tomorrow and how many players have tested positive today with regards to COVID, please.
uh, 8 players and 5 members of staff. But the problem is that every day we are having people with COVID. People that yesterday uh, wasn't be positive, today was positive, and we are continuing to have contact with people that we think that yeah, are negative, but the day after become positive. I think this is a serious problem, and uh, it's a pity because I think that during the press conference and I have to talk about football, about the next game and not about COVID. But the situation is serious. Every day we are having a positive. Today, one player and one member of staff, and but I think that the worst is that we don't know, and we continue to have contact with the people that the day before wasn't negative, and for sure this is not um, a good situation. And we had the training session. We prepared the game against the Rennes, but it's very difficult to face. At the end of the training session today, again, one player positive, another member of staff is positive, and and tomorrow who? Me, another player, another member of staff, and we continue in this way. I think that the situation is serious. It's serious, but I don't know, and it's a pity because I repeat during the press conference I want to speak about football, and now to speak about COVID. I think that this is not a good thing for you, for me, for our fans, for all football. I think.
Paul Gilmore, please.
Antonio, clearly you're worried, rightly worried about the health of you and your players. What is your message to UEFA ahead of this game tomorrow? And will you ask the Premier League if the Brighton game should be postponed on Sunday?
But I think that I haven't to send a message to anyone because the situation is very clear, and the situation that I repeat every day we are having contact with the person that are false negative and become positive, and then everyone is a bit scared. Also because I think everyone we have family, and why I have to take this risk? Why? And why? This is my question. But and I repeat, today we had the training session. We prepared the game, and then yesterday two other positives. Today other two positives, and tomorrow who? Me? I don't know. Maybe better me than a player for sure. But I think that is not right for everyone because we have family, and we have contact with our family. When we come back to home, we have contact with our family. But I repeat, and it's a pity that today during the press conference I have to speak about a different situation, not football, because football is the most important thing in the press conference. But today, to speak about football, I think it's impossible. It's impossible, and the last situation, I repeat, made me very upset, because I think that the situation is serious, and there is a contagious, and there is a big infection, and now for sure we are a bit scared because tomorrow we don't know what happened.
Okay, Ian Abrahams, please.
Hi, Antonio. You're
Hey.
using some very, very emotive words like scared and serious. Do you think, firstly, that your games for the foreseeable future, i.e. tomorrow and Sunday, should be called off now? And secondly, Chelsea have got problems as well. Do you see that if this current variant has spread so quickly through football teams, we could have very soon a big problem with all football stopping?
But honestly, I don't know. And I can talk about in this moment about the problem that we are having, and I don't know what is happening in other situation, and I can speak about our situation, and I repeat, and it's very strange, and it's not good to live this. The situation with all, and we are trying to think only football, and I repeat, today we prepared the game against the Rennes, and we had 1 hour and a half of training session, and tomorrow we planned to have a session in the morning to prepare the set pieces, but then you finish the training session and another player add at the list, another member of staff add at the list. Players that you have had contact today. This is the problem. Not that this is the problem that yesterday they were negative, and today positive, and we have had contact today. This is I think this is the problem, and make me a bit upset, because the situation for sure is not clear, and is not easy for everyone. I understand also the players. I understand everyone that work here.
Okay, Alistair Gold, please.
I think I probably know the answer to this one already, but I mean, as a coach, is this the most difficult week you've ever had to try to prepare for a match? Just purely in football terms.
Yeah, but surely it's difficult. But and now we have 11 players available, and today we prepared the game with one player that he should play, and we finished the training session, and this player was positive. And it's not simple, but I repeat, it's very difficult to speak about football, no? And because the situation is so strange and is so incredible that to speak about football, and is very impossible. It's very impossible, and this makes me for sure upset, because I'm here to speak about football, to speak about my players, to speak about the atmosphere that I want to see tomorrow. Instead, we are talking about the people that they have COVID.
Okay, Matt Dunn, please.
But I think, and I'm sorry, but and is it,
Hi, Antonio. It is a very difficult press conference, but obviously there is only one subject that is affecting everything at the moment. I just wondered, do you know if it's the new variant of Omicron virus that's gone through the squad? And just generally, are your squad largely vaccinated, or do you know what proportion of your squad are vaccinated?
but I think this is a question for the medical department, and I can answer this question about myself, no? And I'm vaccinated, and I think everyone take the best decision, and honestly, This is a question for the doctors, for medical department, about people that they are vaccinated or not.